Okay, Tim Wilshire, Commissioner of the TRSBA here for another of the TRSBA Playoff 2024 preview. Let's have a bit of a look at the standings. This is sort of taking with 2 games to go. We know that I have not magically gone in and to work out who's going to be playing who, but I just used, I guess, my sort of intel as to how these things play out. So let's have a look at the East. The Boars, the Cows, the Preds, the Jaguars, Hounds, Nerds. Now, what's going to happen there is the Nerds will overtake the Hounds before the end of the season. There's 2 games left. The Nerds will get the Hounds spot on that ladder, and the Witches and the Lions will be down the bottom. Barbarians, looks like they will hold on and they will actually come out with the number 1 seed in the West. Not the number 1 seed in the league, but certainly in the West. We're the defending champion, the 9-time champions. Depends. Okay, so they're the teams that get the bye. But before, let's have a look at the lottery situation. Have a look at this lottery situation. You have the 3 worst teams, the Lions, the Butchers, and the Hurricanes, are going to keep their pick. But Dennis, always cash strapped or cap strapped, should we say, does have a 1 in 10 chance of winning, just a 10% chance of winning this draft. Imagine that. Imagine if he gets this, but this class may not be as good. Alex Sarr there, Ricochet or whatever his name is in the picture. So we'll find out more about these rookies as we get about the draft as we get closer. But the Saints have a chance, and at the very worst, they'll get the 4th pick, which is awesome for them. That'll sort of help. We'll talk about them a little bit later because they are in the playoffs. The Boars, they have the best record in the league. This is their team at the moment. They've got Joker, they've got Randall, Durant, Edwards, and Kobe White. Now, we know that Randall's missed games. We know that Butler's missing games. They're the 2 guys that I'd be concerned about. They get the bye. They'll play the bracket, I think, from the Jags and the Nerds. Whoever wins that series. The depth, not great. I mean, you've got Schroeder and Powell there. And you wouldn't really want to rely on those guys, but they seem to. And so they're not that deep. That's the issue, but you can't argue with the number 1 team in the league. To me, you look at this team, it's similar to like how good Boston are in the real NBA. A very team that's got not much depth, but a very good starting 5. So Randall's going to be the X factor if he's healthy. Butler's healthy. Those guys are going to probably produce hard to beat in the East. Very well done. Great regular season there, Death Valley get the number 1 seed. What they've done here, Death Valley, they've added Jalen Williams. They got rid of Anthony Simons, a promising youngster. Miles Turner, they acquired him for a 1st-round pick and Naz Reid. So a 25 FB, 26 FB type Miles Turner. Doesn't seem to be beyond that. Might have some games like that. And Herb Jones is there as well to sort of help them. I think Maxey might have kicked Lillard out of that starting job, but we'll see what happens. They've got Jalen Williams to come in as soon as someone out of Bayo, Siakam and Tatum. As soon as those guys are injured, you've got Jalen Williams who can now step in. So the depth is a little bit better, but I don't think, once you get deep on this roster, you get Peyton Watson and Horford. You don't have to play these guys, but they've got enough firepower with Curry, with Tatum. They should be able to do some pretty damaging stuff. The LA Pens, the number 2 seed in the West, they've had a great season. They lost 3 key games late in the season. They lost to me twice in a row. They lost to the Barbarians, and that made them suffer, not win this conference seed. They will be the 2nd seed, which is very important. They get the week off. Sengun has been fairly fantastic, but you can see he's slowed down a little bit lately. Laurie slowing down a little bit. Jalen Brunson, the heart and soul, has not slowed down. He's a 40 FP player at the moment. Desmond Bain, that's hurt. Jenny Abidi has stepped up lately. Got that 36.2 over the last 5. Danamat OG's out injured. JV be relied on. It's bad. Onyeka Okongwu has definitely stepped up. I think he's part of the nine really here going forward. I can't see him not in the nine, especially with his injuries. Kate Cunningham has not been, he's been really good, but not as good. Booker is going through just a stretch at the moment. They need Booker to really get back to that mid 30 or higher level. They're going to have a chance of winning it. The Cows move into a bye. Yeah, a little bit surprising, but they've got some good players. If you have a look, they're fairly deepish. Jared Allen, Jared Jackson is going to feast in the early part of the playoffs, you'd hope. Jalen Brown's been good, just a soft 23.8 lately, but he's good all year, an all-star. D'Angelo Russell just on a hot streak. DeJounte Murray, good all year. Chet, fairly much a 30th player. Jeremy Back's really good. He's the guy to start, I think. Bring Brown down. Russell off the bench, maybe. Cam Thomas, sort of hit and miss. Quickly has been hit and miss. Cameron Johnson has been injured a lot. Okay, onto these matchups. Look at this one. Oh, look at this graphic. Tigers versus the Saints. You've got Halliburton versus SGA, two absolute gun guards. You also got Trey versus Fox, the other matchup. So you've got Tigers against the Saints. Sabonis against Evan Mobley. I'd probably take Sabonis there. Barnes and Zion. Barnes is more reliable. RJ Barrett and Jalen Johnson. Probably go with Jalen Johnson at the moment. Halliburton and SGA. I'd take SGA, but Halliburton's been pretty close. Fox and Young, pretty close. Fox has been better lately. Over the whole season, you take Trey. Trey's probably more reliable. Dante DiVincenzo versus Jar. Well, Jar's not playing. Tyler Hero's going to have to play really well. And I think this is where you see this, the Tigers sort of, their depth is not quite as good. Carter and Trey Jones will have to step up. I think it's possible. Grayson Allen's been good all year. Richards, Asar Thompson. And Dennis has just got a bunch of Jabari Walker, 10th best man. Benedict Mathurin, hopefully he's good. Vassell needs to really step up late in the season. Hard to know what's going to happen with someone like Dennis Vassell. That's an interesting team. They got rid of Aiden. They got Jalen Johnson, who's been on fire. The OC versus some Snipers. This is third versus sixth in the West. Luka versus Giannis. This is really good matchups here. I like Go Birds' season. AD's had a really good season. Wagner, third season, I think, going really well. Doncic, yeah, he's amazing. Luka really is. Malik Monk starting, it's a bit hit and miss, that's for sure, but he's probably better than Rozier. Will they keep this sort of line? Don't know. Pirtle's just a backup, as is Herter. Smith Melton, I'm pretty depth for the OC really stick out as being shitful, to be honest. Tom and Mr. Remendetta. That's where the weakness is at the moment. If you look at the Snipers, they've got a chance of causing an upset here, maybe. Giannis is good. Kuminga's been really good. And Ingram. So that front court needs to keep firing. Irving's great. Probably a top 10 player in the league at the moment. Reeves has been a lot better. Garland, so they've got a really good starting five. And that's where I think there's an upset brewing here. Is there an upset brewing? Maybe. From Capella down is probably a bit of a mess, but Clarkson's not as good as last year. Sohan, yeah, he's okay. Beasley got him off the free agent list as Gordon Hayward, not doing anything. Yes, you've got 2 weak shit-ass benches, but you've got some really good firepower in those starting lineups. That's what it's all about. Preds versus the Hounds. This is 3 versus 6. Preds have got a lot of injuries. You've got Embiid out for the season. You have to rely on Nurkic. Van Kerr has been great, an all-star. Saw him today. Paul George, an all-star. Bradley Beal, there's no fucking all-stars there. Brook Lopez is good. Caruso, Burks, Reggie Jackson. You've got a lot of shit that's going on there for the Preds. I mean, they may win this series, but probably pretty rough. Certainly the Cows, the Jaguars are a lot better than the Preds are at the moment. Let's look at the Hounds. Their sort of win record was up there. Cat looked fantastic in the All-Star game, scored 50 today. Claxton, been really good. Bridges, up and down, but pretty shit compared to how it should be going. Jaden Ivey, Yeah, I think he can do it. So Nick's he's really good, but next year he'll be better. Colin Sexton's been really good. That was his starter. Worthy, probably not Van Vliet is a starter Worthy type player, so I'm expecting to jump back in if he comes back. He might miss the first couple of games of that series. PJ Washington, Josh Giddey. Giddey's been a third year disappointment. Aaron Gordon is definitely peaked. He's on his way down. The marquee matchup. Look at this one. So you've got the Nerds and the Jags and the Nerds. The rivalry is there. I show this graphic here, and I just wanted to point out this is how deep Jaguars are. Look at this. Look at this. Every player 14 up. Well, no, I mean, Thompson hasn't averaged more than 20 for the season, but lately he has. Duran's been really, really good. He's a 30 FP type centre now. Porzingis is about a 30 FP type forward, power forward. Miles Bridges is a 30 FP type small forward. Simons, I think he's a 30 FP type player, has been this year, certainly elevated his game. We only worry a little bit about that recent ankle injury. We also worry if the Jags go deep in the playoffs, will he be there come the finals? I think we worry about it if it happens. But early on in the playoffs, we hope to see him there for the first, second, third round. Later on, it's going to be harder. McCollum, hit and miss. Kuzma had a really good year. Porter, not as good, but serviceable. Vince Williams, definitely a good pickup, as is hopefully Trey Mann. Those guys are in the 9. You've got Tyus Jones with a lot of assist numbers. Gafford on a new team. Men Thompson's been really, really good lately. He probably featured early in this playoff series. Bogdanovich, 22 FB type player. Jordan Poole has been absolutely shit. That's 14. Look at that. On the other hand, the Nerds are quite deep as well. Vooch has been good. Tobias Harris is out a bit at the moment. Will he be good when he comes back? Hard to know, but they're going to rely on him to start. Pretty get smashed in a Porzingis Kuzma type thing there. DeRozan versus Bridges will be a good matchup. Kawhi Leonard should be better than anything in the backcourt. The Jags, as is Harden. That's where I think they have got the advantage of Harden and Leonard. That's about where it stops. Klay Thompson, very washed up most of the time. Draymond Green at the 7th man. I mean, that really, he wouldn't fit anywhere on the Jags team. This is how deep we are. Chua is just on fire. How long will that last? Will there be a factor? Hard to know, but he's been really good. As Bagley sort of had a few injuries, so it's really, with him, it's hard to see what's going to happen there. Aaron Naismith, I think he should be higher on the roster chart for them. McDaniels is not that great. Brogdon's been good, so I don't know why. But here he's 12th. I think expect Dan to move him up just in case he plays some games. But what a matchup this is going to be. This is what we've been waiting for all year. And with that in mind, I think that is the preview for the TRSBA Playoffs 2024. Good luck to you all. Cannot wait. I think it's going to be fantastic. It's happening right around the corner, basically. Whew. Going to be fantastic. Cannot wait to see how this will play out. Be good if something surprising happened, like an upset happened. Someone like someone other than the Barbarians made the finals would be something different, wouldn't it? Or if somebody other than the Bulls made the final, or the Predators not going to make it, I can't see. But it'd be good if either JB, myself, or Dan, one of us three make that's would be cool, wouldn't it? All right. Anyway, talk soon.